Boneworks, released in 2019 to an overwhelmingly positive view to many people, myself included, has been out for almost 5 years now. Seeing how much time has passed, I think it is finally time I talk about one of my favorite VR games. So let me tell you about Boneworks. Boneworks campaign is an amazing journey from start to finish. In total, there are 12 levels, with each level having its own unique environment. It is a somewhat lengthy and meaty campaign, and its replayability is great. The levels of Boneworks are very diverse and have tons of content packed into each one. Some of my favorite levels, like Sewers and Tower, are all packed with content or are lengthy as well. I love Boneworks campaign simply due to how much stuff there is to enjoy about it. Each level being unique to itself is wonderful, and the way they are designed makes the game truly feel like you are playing inside of MythOS. The story behind the game is that you are Arthur Ford, Security Director of Boneworks Project. At the beginning, you attempt to shut down Time Tower and manually reset the clock. Doing this brings Arthur into the Void. Once he reaches the Void, he achieves immortality and is freed from his physical body, which ends up getting shot in the ending credits. During this journey, you are given cutscenes, as well as computer monitors that have videos from Hayes and Alora. Hayes, a friend of Arthur, tries to help Arthur get out of MythOS during the shutdown. Alora, however, is angered that Arthur had finally decided to test out the immortality theory for himself and closing any possible paths for others to achieve the same goal. Overall, the game's story can be quite confusing for first-time players, myself included, and you have to really search for it if you really want to get invested into it. For me, it took some time to fully understand what was really going on, but now I understand it. Stress Level Zero is not really a big fan of just giving you the story, so they told it through the environment, clipboards, cutscenes, and monitors. I love the way they tell stories because you have to indulge yourself into the world to fully realize what's going on. When I play the Boneworks campaign, I am always just amazed at how much SLZ could pack into it. The way the levels have things there just to make the world seem lived in is incredible. It makes the feeling of being alone that much greater while walking through the stranded streets of MythOS. The journey you embark on in Boneworks is phenomenal, and I highly recommend playing it multiple times. Once you beat the campaign, what is there to do? The post-game content that Boneworks holds is plentiful. The two main types of levels in the post-game are Sandbox and Arena. In my time playing Boneworks before Bone Lab, I spent a lot of time in the Sandbox, messing around with all the dev weapons and trying to make small adventures in the museum basement. In the Fantasyland Arena, I will spend time trying to overcome the challenges and trials, and seeing how high I can make it in rounds. Over the course of a year, Boneworks was updated to have more quality of life changes, and also levels for after you beat the game. These levels would be Tuscany, Blank Box, Zombie Warehouse, Handgun Range, the Redacted Chamber, and Hover Junkers. Overall, the year of promised updates was plentiful and made the community very happy. It sucks that we didn't get more, but what we got was more than enough. You could easily spend a whole day playing Boneworks without getting bored. While the updates kept the game alive, the community did too. The modding scene in Boneworks was massive, and there were tons of mods to download. Using Melon Loader, you could download a variety of mods off the Thunder Store. Before the Thunder Store, you would download mods off Bone Tome. This website housed the majority of Boneworks mods before it shut down due to high server costs and other unnamed reasons. Mods were what kept Boneworks alive after the year of updates ended, and the things people could do were insane. The amount of campaign mods, like Melon Vault, was a big number, and the many weapons you could have were massive. The mods were big in Boneworks, with some channels dedicated to telling you all about them. Seeing how massive mods were in Boneworks, SLZ took this and decided to make Bone Lab, a game dedicated to modding. While it had a rough launch, it was eventually made better and is currently on patch 6. My view on Bone Lab has changed since the day it launched, and it's really grown on me. The process to create mods has become so much more easy, as in Boneworks, you had to do so much in order to make a somewhat decent level. Bone Lab, however, you can install the SDK on Unity and make as many terrible maps as your heart desires, then upload them to Mod.io to make people mad. Back when Boneworks was new to me, it was a whole new experience. Never before have I played anything like it, and starting off with the PSVR, then moving on to an HTC Vive, and finally migrating over to an Oculus Rift when the game came out, I hold it very close to me. I feel very connected to Boneworks and the Oculus Rift due to it being the way I experienced Boneworks. While it is not a perfect game, I still think that Boneworks is a wonderful title that you should definitely check out. And if you already have BoneLab, just download LabWorks, which is a recreation of Boneworks inside BoneLab. No matter how you experience it, it is always a fun time from start to finish. I want to apologize for the very long delay in this video coming out and the last video. For like a few months I have been very busy with sports and with school, so now that sports is ending, I have been able to kind of focus on YouTube as more than I used to. So yet again, I'm sorry for the delay and the length between video uploads. This video has been kind of done, like the script was done, the footage was done. I just need to edit it all, which I didn't have time for, so I'm very sorry about that. But thank you for waiting for this video. I've been excited to make it ever since I had the time to. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.